Today we'll talk about whether or not fire pits are legal, and we'll discuss some of the regulations to help you stay safe in your backyard. Hey there, I'm Christina with Backyardscape, where we share tips and ideas to make your backyard your favorite hangout spot. So make sure you subscribe so you get all the latest videos. Now, to quickly answer the question, yes, backyard fire pits are legal as long as they follow the laws and regulations set up by the county that you're in. Now, there is a caveat. Although fire pits are legal, you'll still want to check with your county or state to see if there are any burn bans in effect in your area, and we'll discuss those more in a minute. So let's discuss some common backyard fire pit laws and regulations. First, your fire must be at a safe distance from any combustible surface. This law means that the fire must be 10 to 25 feet from your house, shed, vehicles, neighbors, decks, and so on. So you'll want to check with your municipality to see the exact distance. If your backyard contains a lot of trees, then you'll also want to make sure that there are no branches hanging over your fire. You also want to make sure that you're being mindful of your neighbors and make sure that your fire is at least 10 feet from their property line. And wind conditions are a huge threat to spreading wildfires. So oftentimes there are no fire or a fire ban with any wind condition that's over 15 miles an hour. Now, fire shouldn't be taller or wider than 3 feet. The higher it is, the more likely it is it's going to spread. Finally, all fires must be attended to and supervised by an adult the entire time they're burning. Now we'll quickly discuss how putting out your fire. Since coals, embers, and wood, they can retain heat for hours and hours or even days if the right conditions or circumstances are applied. You'll really want to make sure that you handle the remains very well. In other words, a lot of house fires occur when the remnants of the fire are prematurely tossed into a trash can or a dumpster. Usually that means that they'll melt through the trash can and the siding of the homes. And that also happens to allow sparks or embers to fly out of the fire pit. You also want to leave the ash, coal, or embers out for several days after an intense fire. And then with gusts, it can kick up a barely smoking fire back into action. So make sure you stir and spread out your coals as best you can. You can even use water to douse it, or even use dirt or sand to extinguish any of the remaining thing. Now, you don't want to just cover up the coals because that's going to keep them all compact and together, and it'll still keep the heat blaring. Instead, you'll want to spread the coals or embers away from each other and then keep stirring or tossing on the soil until there's no longer any red hot embers going on. You'll also want to have a water hose nearby or available, or a bucket of water, so that you can douse your fire with plenty of water once you're finished with the fire. And don't forget that once the fire is completely out, there are several things that you can do with the wood ash around your home. So don't feel like you have to throw it away. And you can watch this video next where I cover several different things that you can do with wood ash around your home. Now, we talked about burn bans. There are two types of burn bans. One is regarding air quality. So if there's an air quality issue going on, then you might see a burn ban. The other way that you'll see a burn ban is wildfire safety. Wildfire safety is if it's a very dry area, then there will likely be a burn ban. Both are mandatory and temporary restrictions on the use of wood stoves, fireplaces, and outdoor burning. Great. Now that you know the most common laws and regulations regarding recreational fires, just know that laws do vary by county to county, so you'll want to check with your local municipality to see what the policy is in your area. And thanks for watching.